Time for brushes. Today we're going to discuss my best blend forever brush. We're going to talk about what makes her unique and why she would be a perfect friend for you to have. Welcome friends to another Monday makeup tutorial from the GlowMaker. Happy to see you again. This is going to be a one of 4-part series discussing mascara brushes. And today I'd love to introduce you to my best blend forever brush. She's a beauty, she's double-ended. We're gonna talk about the bristles, we're gonna talk about the function, we're gonna discuss what this baby can do for you. But we're also gonna talk about brushes in general. Even in going to the store, there are loads of brushes wanting to grab hold of your attention. And today I want to talk about what brush would work for you and what you can expect from certain kinds of bristle types and densities and all that good stuff. Brushes in general. You're going to look for 2 things when shopping for a brush. You're going to look for its density, how compact the bristles are, and you're going to look at the movement. Does it move easily or is it more stiff? Okay, so usually the more dense a brush is, the less movement it's going to have. When you're looking at the density, that's going to tell you it's going to clue you in onto how much coverage it's going to offer you. The lighter the density of the bristles of the brush, the lighter the coverage that it's going to put on your skin. Also, the more movement that a brush has, well, the more blending that it's going to allow for. So the more dense a brush is, and the less movement that there is, the more difficulty you're going to have in that seamless kind of blending. So those are the 2 things that you want to look for when you're shopping for a brush. Now there's good and bad things to both those. It just depends on what you want to use that brush for. The number 1 thing that I will not stand for in a brush is what I call bleeding bristles. And that's when the bristles just start coming out and you find it in your makeup, you find it in your eye, you are so annoyed because they're just everywhere and the brush just falls apart. I hate brushes like that. That is a big no. If you have a brush and it starts doing that within the first month, that is a bad brush. So just so you know, I wouldn't, if you find a brush brand and you notice that the bristles are always coming out, don't ever go back to that brand, because if it's gonna happen with one brush, it's gonna happen with all the brushes. Okay, so that's in general with just overall brushes. So just keep that in mind as we begin talking about my BF, best blend forever. Okay, so I love this brush. She is one of my absolute favorites. The whole point in doing this series of videos is so that you can better understand what Maskcara specifically has to offer you with their brushes. You know, you may be you may be a person that just doesn't want a whole drawer full of brushes. Maybe you're just wanting that one brush that's going to be your workhorse, that's going to do everything that you need it to do. I want to go into detail with these brushes so that you know what's going to work for you. But on the same token, maybe you're one of those people that, you know, just loves having variety to work with, and maybe one day you need easy and one day you need dramatic and one day you need just something in the middle. You're ready to kind of have a little time to work, but you know, you don't want to spend all day on it, and you don't want to be quick about it. So your brushes are going to have a lot to do with your mindset for that day. So let's go back to the 3 main descriptive words for best blend forever. She is detailed, meaning that you can use her to put a color, a contour, a highlight where you specifically want to go and in the exact amount that you want. She has light coverage, but she's versatile, which was number 3 on my descriptive list. She's versatile and you can use her to build, okay? It's just gonna take you more time. So if you want more coverage in a specific area, you can do that by just building on top of the layers that you've already put on there. And she's elegant. She's got a lot of movement to her, light movement and not a huge area. So that's what makes her detailed, right? I want movement, but I just want it in this area. I just want it in this area. It doesn't have to be a huge surface area to cover. You can use her to be specific, which is nice. So light coverage, very versatile, very detailed. Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to do a full face with my BBF, okay? I've already got my eyes done, I've already got my lips done, and I'm just going to add my highlight. I'm going to add my blush, my bronzer, and my illuminator and my contour, all with my BBF. I'm sorry, because I know I kind of look sickly, right? I do. I look like I'm tired and kind of drained, but that's because I've added color to my eyes and my lips and no color to the rest of my face. So it makes me just really sickly and tired. And when I look at myself in the video, I'm like, oh, I need to go to sleep. And that's just kind of how you feel like when you catch yourself in the mirror and you see like tiredness, puffiness, I don't know. You're kind of like, oh, yeah. So with my eyes, today I'm wearing a combo of both Zion and Miiha. Zion is back in stock. She is a must-have for fall. Is such a pretty color. Okay, so Zion and Miiha. I also have a little bit of Bend and Snap, Blondie and Sabrina, and I will make a special little link in my link tree that you can find at the bottom of the in the details on YouTube, and on Instagram you can find it in my bio. For that exact eyeshadow color palette, you can just click on it. It'll take you right there to see all the colors. On my lips, I am wearing Maybelline Superstay Ink Crown in Change is Good. I like this little lip crown, I do. And then I topped it off to add just a little bit of warmth in the tone with my Burt's Bees Coral Cove. I love this guy, I love this guy. Okay, so now let's get started with putting on the rest of my face so I don't have to look so sick. So if you don't know already, I am a mascara artist and I use mascara makeup. It's a cream-based makeup. It's easy, easy, easy to work with. I love it. Here's my compact. Everything can be kept in these easy magnetic compacts. You can pop colors in and out as you please. Buy only the colors that you need or want. You're not stuck with a bunch of blah stuff that you're not going to use. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and use my darker highlight color, Mango, to cover some, you know, sunspots, blemish spots, dark circles under the eyes. I've got some discoloration here on the side of my face. So I'm going to use my more densely, this side of my brush to put on that coverage. All I'm going to do is take a little dab in there and go in and just start kind of pressing the makeup into those areas. I just want the inner corner of my eye, definitely around my nose here. Now, for me, I would say I need a medium coverage. And so it's a little quicker for me to use a different brush in these areas. I still like using BBF for other things, but if I'm trying to move during the day and not spend too much time at my vanity, right there, I'll use a different brush to put on this part of my makeup and then come back to BBF. But for you people who have glorious skin, you probably don't even need another brush. You don't need another brush if you just wanted to stick to one brush. It's just gonna, like I said, just gonna take you a little bit more time to fill in those areas if you have a lot of areas that you want to tone down. got my mango on. I'm not looking to match my color exactly with these highlight colors. You need to be careful when picking mascara colors for you, because you want it to be a good match. And a good match doesn't mean that it matches your skin perfectly. I can help you with that. So be sure to fill in my free color match form, and I'll get back to you. That way you know where to start, because when everything blends together, we're using a combination of both darker and lighter tones to give you that 3D effect on your face, because you're not a flat face, and your makeup should not encourage a flat face, right? Okay, so now I'm gonna use my wider part of my brush to apply my highlighter. My highlighter, or my lighter highlight color, I should say, it's a couple of shades lighter than my skin tone. I'm using wheat, but because of summer. But amber is back in stock, and I'm so excited. It's just in time for me, because I prefer to use amber, which is a little bit lighter than wheat, to highlight, especially in the winter when my skin is not so tan. Okay, on my chin, right here under my eyes, and I'm gonna put some on my forehead here. Now, I'm going to put highlight up here because I have a shorter forehead, and I just want to elongate a little bit, so I want to draw the light up. So I'm going to put my highlighter all the way up. If you have maybe a wider forehead, you maybe just want to keep it into this area right here and not take it all the way up. Okay, so we're gonna call this the triangle of light, which I've referred to before. And all I did was dip that wide part of my brush into my wheat here. Look, it's getting low, and when it does that and you wanna grab the rest of that product, all you have to do is put this little tray in the oven at a low 200 degrees for like 10 or less minutes. Just keep an eye on it, and it's gonna resurface. You let it cool, and it's ready to use again. So I am one to get everything out of the product that you can. And these guys are gonna last you, they should last you 3 months, 4 months, depending on how much coverage you need. Oh, one last thing I forgot to do. I'm gonna take my wheat too, this lighter highlight, and I'm gonna go down my nose right here. I'm prepping myself for contouring. Okay, so I have my colors in now, and I can use the wider part of my brush, and I'm going to buff it out now. I'm not swiping back and forth. I'm kind of doing little circles with Best Blend Forever. You just want to do little circles. Now it's time to contour. Today I usually use indigo for contour, but I don't know if you guys have been watching my videos for a while. I've talked about how I love Icon right here for a bronzer, but I said I never have actually used Bella bronzer. And I ordered Bella bronzer right here. And I still prefer, for my skin tone, I still prefer to use Icon as my bronzer. But I decided, you know what, I'm gonna try to see what it's like to use Bella as a contour. And I loved it. So I would say if you can tell, it's lighter than indigo. This is Bella. It's lighter than indigo here, but the tone of it is just a little bit cooler. And if I'm wearing a cool toned eye, I like to match my contour to that cool tone in my eye, not my lip. I want my lip to be opposite. So this is how I've been applying my contour. I'm gonna take Bella, and I'm gonna use the smaller end of my BBF, dip it in. I'm not gonna be shy about it at all. Remember that your contour is gonna go underneath your cheekbone. So if you take your finger and feel for that cheekbone, put it right underneath so that you're pushing up against it, and that's where the contour is gonna go. When you feel that cheekbone stop, that's where your contour is gonna stop. I might do it in like an advanced contour class later on as one of my tutorials, and we'll talk about if you want to kind of bring out those cheeks, make them pop a little bit more, what you do. But for this video, I'm just gonna stay general, and I'm gonna start up here where my ear is, and I'm gonna drag that color right where that finger was, right underneath that cheekbone. It's like a paintbrush now, okay? So you're kind of painting on the contour. If it helps, you can make the fish face, right? And go down there too. I'm kind of used to it, so I know where my line's gonna be. I love this color for a contour with my skin tone. I encourage you to try it. Okay, so you can see what's gonna happen. Now, like I said, I have a smaller forehead, so I don't wanna go all the way across because that's gonna just bring my forehead down. I wanna lift it up. So I'm just gonna add contour here on the sides to shape it. It's like adding shadow to your face. Think about if you were drawing and shading where you'd wanna put the shadow so that you can make that shape look 3D, right? So I wanna round it out, kind of broaden my forehead, and I'm gonna add a little bit down on the side here. Okay. Now, I like to make chins when I have lots of chins, and I don't really want everyone to like see it all the time. So I'm gonna make a jawline a little bit more prominent here on the edge with my contour, and on the other side. And I wanna hide my chins. No one wants to see them. So I'm gonna shade under here to just take out the light, okay? That's all I'm doing is I'm removing the light from this area, making it more shadowy, so it doesn't look like, all the time. Now things are just getting personal, right? Okay, I'm ready to blend. I'm gonna blend here. And I'm gonna bring it down. I want light here. Just kind of think about it. Think about where you want that light to be, because that's where the eye is gonna go. One more thing, I forgot to contour my nose. So forgetful. Okay, I'm just using, again, the smaller end of BBF, and I've dipped it straight down into my contour, and I'm gonna start right where my eyebrow is, and I'm gonna connect it. I'm going just down the edge of my nose. I don't wanna go too far down the side. Now, I have a little wider nose at the end, and I kinda just wanna chisel it out a little bit. So I'm gonna kinda make this in the shadow. Other side. Do I look crazy or what? I don't care. It's gonna come together in the end, I promise. Okay, I've contoured my nose. I have my darker here, and then I put just a little bit more of that wheat highlight down the middle. I don't want to drag it all the way here yet. I'm gonna add Illuminator there. All right, so you can see the structure coming out. You can see the shadow here. We're gonna blend that together, but before we do, I'm gonna go ahead and just do my blush today. I'm gonna use Sandstone. It's a cooler kind of pinky, brownish, purpley kind of color. And I'm just gonna start right here at the very top of my cheekbone and pull it back and a little bit up, slightly up. I'm gonna use the wider end of my BBF, dip it in, and I'm going to just pat that color in. Now, do you see how light it applied that first time? Okay, this is what I mean by BBF being buildable. Look at the second one, okay? You can do that same thing with your highlight. I'm gonna pull it back first, the color, and then just a little bit towards the front, just to connect it a little bit. And here's where I'm going to start to blend my contour. So you can see the color's coming, it's coming along. I'm gonna do the other side. Okay, so we have highlighter, we've done our contour, we've done our blush, and now we're gonna go in with our bronzer. Everything with this one brush, right? Except for the eyeshadows, like you need an eyeshadow brush. Although I feel like if you wanted to do like a general eyeshadow, I could totally do eyeshadow with this. You're just going to use like 1 to 2 colors, and it would be a really natural eye. Okay, using the wider end, I'm gonna go in now to my icon, which is actually a highlight color, but I love it as bronzer. Once again, dab, dab, dab. And this time with this brush, you're not gonna apply it heavily. This is going to be a softer application. This is just to add kind of a interesting tone between the contour and your blush. It's not gonna create an overall bronzed kind of tan effect. So you'll see what I mean. I'm just gonna add it right in between here, between that blush and that contour, just to add a little to my, past that apple of the cheek there, just to warm it up. Warm it up, Chris. That's what I was born to do. Like, it adds just the slightest bit of color. I'm not sure if you guys are picking it up. I probably should have left one side done. I'm gonna blend it a little bit here. It's a little harsher than I wanted. And that's the beauty of mascara. You just blend it out and it's gonna be just fine. All right, and up here on the forehead, I'm gonna keep, remember what I said, I don't wanna shut off this part of my head, for me, because I have a smaller forehead. So I'm just adding a little bit more tones and colors to this side part. And a little warmth on my chin. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, time for my favorite part, Illuminator. Now you can apply your Illuminator with your brush, just like this. I still prefer to apply it with my finger. I don't know, I like that concentration of color there. It's just easy. But you can totally apply it with the brush. It's kind of like whatever you want. I'm gonna put it here on the top part of my cheekbone. Can you see it? I'm using Dulce today. I like Dulce. It's this one right here. I'm gonna put a little on my nose, just on the tip. For a cute little pop of light. Settle down, Sarah. And of course, I love to put just there on my lips. So that's my friend. That's my friend. Best blend forever. She's detailed. She is elegant. The way she moves is just beautiful. And she's super versatile. She's going to take, if you need more coverage under here, she's gonna just require a little bit more time here in the seat, just applying layers, like I said, just like on with the blush. You're gonna need to apply just, you know, a couple more layers. She's excellent at blending, but she's going to take a little bit more time because she's a smaller head. But she, for me, is a must-have. If you have very few amounts of discoloration or acne or whatever that you're trying to tone down, she can be your one and only, for real. But if you're looking for a little bit more coverage, I still think she's great to have in your pocket. I love her for contour and blush. I just do. So I hope that helps. Again, this is number 1 of 4. Next week, we'll talk about my friend B squared bronzer brush. I did it. We're gonna talk about her next week. I do want to say something about mascara brushes. We talked about at the very beginning of this video how if bristles come out of your brush, it is a huge no-no, a huge no-no. I want to tell you that I have worn mascara makeup for 2 years. I have never had an issue with the bristles of these brushes coming out of any of them. And I've always used a microfiber towel to clean off my brushes. If I'm, gonna use a different color or just, a daily cleaning, I'll at least wipe them down and try to wash them at least once a week to once every 2 weeks. I've never had an issue with them fraying out, losing its composure in any way, or the bristles coming out. So I just wanted to give you that testimonial. I know that it's a little jaded because I do sell mascara makeup, but I'm telling you the truth. I've used other brushes and these by far have not only been the best in application, but the best in quality. They are so affordable. And I just wanted to show a little love and let you know that. Friends, we are 2 weeks out of being at the end of August. And for those of you who have started school, oh my gosh, I'm praying for you. We'll be there soon. We'll be there soon. But 2 more weeks to share and tag a friend on these video tutorials for your chance to win a milk moisturizer. This is an awesome prize. I know you don't know until you know, but it is so worth sharing the video to have a chance to win this. It's a $60 value. I love this moisturizer. You put it on at night and it's magical in the morning, I promise you. So tag a friend, tag an aunt, tag a mom, tag whoever, tag your neighbor, just tag someone so that you can get your name in. And also you have to gotta like my videos too. Thank you so much for watching my video. Remember, if you need a color match, go to my Linktree account and fill out that color match form. I'd be happy to do it for you. Also, if you're ready to shop, you'll find a link for there to shop mascara. All the best to you, friends, from the GlowMaker.